and I had to make a lot of, or go to the bookstore quite often.
The grin should tell you it was about a girl. She was an Emory undergrad. He, Reverend James Stiles, a Candler School of Theology graduate, needed a new pulpit robe. Betsy, the bookstore crush, did the measuring.
And they said I put my arms around him and never let him go, and that was 53 years ago.
The Stiles spent half a century raising their children around the world. Reverend Stiles was an Air Force chaplain, and Betsy got her master's and joined the ministry. Theirs was a deeply spiritual, intellectual life, one that was shaken 8 years ago when the memory lapses began.
And then one time he got lost coming home from work.
It was the most distressing moment that I think I've ever met. Oh.
And so began, as Reverend Stiles puts it, his fading away.
We're standing in a very different place today than we were even a year or two ago.
Dr. Alan Levy has helped Alzheimer's patients and their families navigate and confront the devastating diagnosis. As the director of the Emory Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, Levy says a great shift is underway.
We now know with great confidence that the changes of Alzheimer's disease are beginning 15 to 20 years before any symptoms begin.
The key is early diagnosis, and after years of research that began at the Yerkes National Primate Research Center, it's happening.
This healthy monkey is spending more time looking at the new image compared to the old one.
Recognized as one of the top 2 scientists in the nation under 40 for her groundbreaking research on memory, Dr. Beth Buffalo began her work with monkeys at Yerkes and is now using it on humans.
I'm going to show you some images on the screen.
Patients are shown 2 identical pictures, and then a new picture is paired with the old image. Healthy individuals will look at the new picture, but impaired patients will look at both, already forgetting what they just saw. Dr. Buffalo says in the future, this test could be done anywhere, in doctors' offices or our homes, giving us the power to monitor our cognition. It seems simple, but the results of the test are remarkable.
Performance on this test can predict the onset of cognitive decline about 3 or 4 years before clinical symptoms develop.
Okay, you all set in there?
All set.
Neuropsychologist Dr. Ben Hampstead is doing something many thought impossible. He is improving the memories of those with mild cognitive impairment or Alzheimer's.
When people use these techniques to learn information, we see that their memory remains much better even a month later.
Just as cognitive rehab is key for a stroke patient or brain injury victim, Alzheimer's patients can also learn and retain information.
So in just a minute, we're going to start the scan, and I just want you to look at the objects and remember where you see them, okay?
The images from study participants creates an amazing before.
The MCI patients are showing reduced brain activation in all these different regions.
And after.
We see that the MCI patients now are showing increased activation, these areas that are, again, very critical for learning and remembering information.
Keys.
3 of 75-year-old Helen Heiler's sisters have had Alzheimer's. She's a practicing attorney who doesn't believe in waiting for change.
It may have something to do with my personality, but I'm not a worrier. I'm a doer.
Why would you put
The holy grail of any of this work is early diagnosis. Why? Because in our case with Alzheimer's disease, it means the brain is going to be less compromised. So the earlier we can detect this, the more powerfully we can intervene.
Imagine one day an Alzheimer's diagnosis not meaning the beginning of a long end.
We need a much bigger investment in research so that we can begin to translate our understanding into cures. That can't happen unless there's a real national priority to make that happen. We've done that for cancer, we've done that for heart disease, we've done that for AIDS, and we've shown in each of those examples when there's a national strategy and a real commitment to invest in research, that cures can be found.
At the end of the day, the goal of this sophisticated research is to help us stay who we are until the conclusion of our lives. Reverend Stiles will not have that, but he is still ministering by taking part in research, helping those who will come after him, who will one day face the diagnosis not in despair, but with hope.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember.
You said, I will do anything, go ahead, to help those.
That I'll do anything at any time to help those that are in this sinking valley.